The MCU just introduced one of its most powerful characters, yet with Thunderbolt's Sentry. But whether the MCU Superman is more powerful than the Scarlet Witch is a matter for debate. Although it currently seems off the cards for the Scarlet Witch to return, given her apparent death in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, the multiverse saga has proven that there are myriad means for her return. The most intuitive route would be to have a variant fill the void left by Earth 616's Scarlet Witch, but the sheer scale of her powers has stoked beliefs that she survived. If this is the case, it seems as if the Scarlet Witch is the only invincible entity in the MCU. Although he only featured briefly, Sentry's Thunderbolt's debut showed that he is untouchable, at least by the titular team, as he proceeded to make quick, albeit non-lethal, work of them with what appeared to be little to no effort. Thankfully, the fact that Bob survived the events of Thunderbolt's suggests there will be more to see from Sentry, and he might even give the Scarlet Witch a run for her money. Throughout Wanda's MCU career, her superpowers have sometimes felt somewhat nebulous, but they have certainly developed over time. When introduced in earnest in Avengers: Age of Ultron, Maria Hill lists Wanda's powers as neuroelectric interfacing, telekinesis, and mental manipulation. She deploys the neuroelectric interfacing powers when subjecting the Avengers to nightmarish visions, and mentally manipulates Hulk into a rampage. Her telekinetic powers often manifest with red energy and are typically what she wields in a fight, whether to push enemies or tear them apart. Since then, Wanda's powers have significantly increased. Her greatest feats include: Wanda was additionally significantly empowered while under the insidious influence of the Darkhold. In Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Wanda was able to traverse the multiverse through dreamwalking. In her mission to reunite with her lost children, Wanda was also able to single-handedly thwart the combined might of Kamartaj and destroy the most powerful superheroes of Earth 838, the Illuminati. It is unclear if Wanda could replicate these feats without the Darkhold's influence, but this does help to demonstrate what Wanda is capable of when at full power. Valentina Allegra de Fontaine finally introduces the Sentry to the MCU after managing to talk Bob into allying with her and adopting the moniker. The scene swiftly descends into heavily one-sided violence as the Thunderbolts attempt to subdue the new superhero, whom de Fontaine believes to be under her sway. This sees him deploy a litany of superpowers that include super strength, speed, and durability, in addition to flight, telekinesis, and the ability to superheat things with his mind. In the few minutes Sentry was using his powers, he was able to. In a nutshell, Sentry's powers in the MCU are tantamount to those of Superman, even down to the heat vision. He does, however, harbor a huge flaw in the Void. The Void soon manifests after Sentry's debut as a super-powered manifestation of Bob's dark thoughts. Though it is safe to assume the Void boasts the same superpowers displayed by Sentry, he bolsters them with one macabre extra: the ability to banish people into a realm of shame rooms. Although enveloping New York in shadow beings to wreak havoc in the city, all the Void's victims later emerge physically unharmed. Based on what has been seen of Sentry and the Scarlet Witch in the MCU thus far, the latter has proven to be the stronger. This can be seen by taking the two characters' greatest feats and comparing them. While the Sentry, as the Void, can banish people into a shadow realm of their worst memories, Wanda can warp reality itself and enthrall those trapped within the new one. While empowered by the Darkhold, Wanda was also able to obliterate the Illuminati in short order, a power she may still hold. The character's abilities are practically limitless in Marvel Comics, with the main issue of his involvement in any heroic act being the possibility of the Void taking over. With that being said, it could be that the full extent of Sentry's powers is still forthcoming. The character's abilities are practically limitless in Marvel Comics, with the main issue of his involvement in any heroic act being the possibility of the void taking over. Then again, as Thunderbolts * opted to describe Sentry's powers as equivalent to the power of 1,000 exploding suns, instead of the typical comparison of 1,000,000 exploding suns, it may be that the MCU Sentry has received a power downgrade.